everyone is doing well out there. I'm doing my best to not get the Sunday blues. I'll go to Starbucks and get an iced coffee. Then I'm going to smoke a bowl of Boswell's Best. Anyways, it's got black Cavendish, and Virginia, and I guess they add a little bit of vanilla to the Cavendish. It'd be nice if I actually knew something about the process. But I'm no Beans 316. I'm no mutton chop piper. And sometimes that stuff is useful to know. But I'm just reviewing my subjective experience smoking the blend. I will say one thing that slightly annoys me. When I smoked crap, what was it? Boswell's Dan's blend? No, Blackjack, I'm sorry. When I smoked Boswell's Blackjack, I smoked it 5 times in one day, and I loved it. Next day I circled back. It was good, but it was different. That shit pisses me off.
Welcome to Starbucks. Please give us a moment. We'll be right with you.
Okie dokie.
Thank you. Hi, what can I get started for you today?
Yes, ma'am. Can I get a grande iced coffee with a little bit of
iced coffee, okay.
with a little bit of heavy creamer and 2 stevia?
Okay.
That'll be all.
All right. Can I get your name for this order?
My name is Matt.
Matt.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Matt. Your total's $428. I'll see you at the window. Please make sure you have your payment ready. Thank you.
Tell me to have my fucking payment ready. I'm gonna tell you, okay? I get slightly annoyed. I have pet peeves, and one of my biggest pet peeves. I used to work drive-thru years ago when I worked at Taco Bell. One of my biggest pet peeves, having been someone that used to work the drive-thru, is when someone comes through and says, "I want a number 1." The last thing you're supposed to do is stop them from ordering and constantly interject. Oh, okay. What size drink would you like with that, and what kind of drink? Because when you're working on the computer system, for instance, it's easier for me, like when I order a number 2 at Whataburger, and I'll say, I'll take a number 2 with cheese, and they won't even let me give them details as to the modifications before they go, what drink do you want? And I'm like, well, hold on a second, pal. I don't want tomatoes, and I don't want lettuce, and I want you to add grilled jalapenos, and I want you to add bacon, okay? And I want a large fry. Now we'll move to the drink. And the reason all that matters is because, at least when I used to work a cash register, you do actually have to back out of, there's a modification screen for your food items. The second you go to the drink, you're going to have to back out of the drink to go back to the modification. I just wish people would shut the fuck up and not tell me. You know, let me direct you. I'm quite capable and competent enough to understand that this meal has 2 items and a drink. I'm not confused. I don't need you to hold my hand and walk me through this process, okay? And you don't need to tell me to be ready to have the money when I get to the window, because it's axiomatic that when I get here, I'm going to pay you, okay? I don't care about your little window time. Tell you what, stop being so damn slow when you make coffee, and you can start worrying about your window time. Till then, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? By the way, I've had like 12 people unsubscribe to my channel because I've been cussing, and like, I don't blame them for unsubscribing. A lot of people just don't want to be around foul language, but I don't care. Makes me no less of a Christian or no less of a person. There's going to be times I cuss because I think cussing can add an emphasis when you're elaborating and you're explaining something that not cussing does not add. I gotta get my payment ready. And I know. Small potatoes, but shit like that I'll take a number 2 with a, what drink would you like with that? Will you just let me get to it? I used to never do that. The only time I would back people up and bring them back is when they stopped completing the order. I'll take a number 2, and then I want to go ahead and get a bean burrito on the side. I'm like, all right, a number 2 and a bean burrito. What kind of drink would you like with the number 2? It's fucking easy. It's easy. People are, I remember they would almost like, it's nothing to brag about, for Christ's sakes. Okay, it's a drive-through window. But like 3/4 of the people at Taco Bell didn't have the capacity to work the drive-through. They'd always put me on it because they're fucking stupid. What is the deal? And I'm not like, you know, I'm not splitting the atom over here. What the fuck is going on here? Some people just really suck at being punctual and assertive. Like, a little common sense tells you how to direct people. I don't need you to walk me through the process of what the fuck's on the burrito, what I'm gonna drink. It's like, what that's the whole point of a combo. Shit. Peanut butter and jelly with some milk. It's a combo. If I didn't want the combo, I wouldn't have said number this or number that. I just would have walked in there and said, or driven up and said, give me 5 of these. What's wrong with people? And it's, to me, at least when you're ordering a combo, they're attempting to establish it and move it forward by asking questions. But when I order a single drink, even a bigger pet peeve. Yeah, I'll take a grande mocha. Or, that's a bad example. What I just ordered. I'll take a grande iced coffee. Okay, sir, anything else? Well, shit. At that point, you're assuming I drink black coffee. I understand most of them would say something like, I don't need this stupid straw. Most of them would say shit like, would you like cream or something? But I still don't like interruptions. Just, can you allow people before you prejudge them? You're not actually speeding anything up by assuming I don't know what I'm doing, okay? If I get to the window and it's quite clear I've been smoking doobies and there's a multitude of people in the car and I'm a complete retard, go ahead and guide me. But when I pull up and I say I'll take a grande iced coffee, just give it a second, because you might be surprised that I'll come back and say with a little bit of heavy creamer and 2 stevia. That's all. Thank you. And I constantly try to slide in that's all, because they always go, anything else? Because that wastes my time. And they're trying to speed the process up to not waste my time, or to not waste their time, but really, in actuality, in reality, they're wasting their time, trying not to waste their time by wasting my fucking time. And I hate that shit. So last time I went to Starbucks, not this one, I rolled up and I was like, I'll take a tall coffee, no creamer, 1 stevia, that's all. And I swear to God, the lady came back and goes, would you like anything else? Oh my God! What do you expect, Rinky Dink, to work in a drive-thru? Whatever, I worked a drive-thru. It's easy. You can't work a fucking drive-thru. Just give it up. Just fucking hang it up. Just hang it up. Jesus. Wasting my fucking time. And change is a big one. I can't stand when a fucking idiot puts the change on top of the bills. Thank God I pay with credit. They put the change on top of the bills and they hand it to me haphazardly, and half the change falls on the ground. I never did that. I would always hand them the change, and I'd have the bills in my thumb, and I'd hand them the change. But I quit doing that because people are too stupid who come to the drive-thru when they saw the bills in my thumb, even though I had the change here under my fingers. They didn't realize, oh, he's giving me the change first, then I can grab the bills. So I started giving them the bills second because they're too stupid. So I give them the change, and then I would follow it with the bills so it wouldn't fall on the ground. And every jackwagon that I pay with money when I go to a friggin' drive-thru puts the change on top of the bills, and they hand it to me. Another annoying thing that pisses me off about drive-thru, anytime I go through a drive-thru, and they hand me my receipt with my napkins on the side, it pisses me off. It's like, you lay the receipts out on top of the napkins with any condiments that they may have requested at the window that you should have asked for, And then you just put it in the bag and you fold it and you hand it to them. If they decide to open the bag to check it, that's their right. They probably want to check it to make sure all their items are in there anyways. But if you put that on top, the very first thing they're going to see is receipt, napkins, condiments. Oh, look, there's my food below it. Maybe now I'll go through it if I decide to. But why you would hand that to me separately only goes to reveal the dysfunction of your mind and the fact that you don't know how to prep. Okay? I'm in a mood. At least they didn't put so much ice in here where it's just, you know, all ice. But it had nothing to do with the girl working the drive-thru. She wasn't making it. And she didn't do bad. I'm not mad at her, okay? I have a lot of pet peeves. I can't stand when an asshole in public. I'm driving in a public place. I'm in a shopping center. There's a multitude of different shops there, and some jackass in a truck in front of me all of a sudden stops, and he pulls out and he stops to back into his spot. Why are you backing into a spot and making me wait? You're in public. I don't need to wait for you to back into a spot. The only time I'm going to turn my head is if I see a company vehicle, because sometimes it's company policy that you back into a spot. I had to do that crap when I drove a plumbing vehicle. Okay? Because they may get in trouble because it's considered like a problem. If you back out of a parking space, you're more likely to hit somebody, which doesn't make sense to me. It's like, if you back out of a parking spot, you're more likely to hit somebody. Doesn't that mean if you're backing into a parking spot, you're just as likely to hit something or someone else doing that same stupid maneuver, you idiot? You're just getting it out of the way. You're just doing it first. The point is, people do this crap all the time. The last company I used to work for, in the morning, we'd all have to go into a parking garage to park. And this asshat in this $55,000, $65,000 truck would constantly stop, and there's 5 people behind him trying to get into this parking garage, and he'd pull forward and he'd back up a few times to get into his parking spot. Why are you doing that? Well, I do that because when it's time to leave, that's one function in my vehicle that I don't have to mess with. I can just get in and pull forward. Really? See, I'm waiting here for your convenience. So at the end of the day, you can just hop in and you can put it in drive without having to put it into reverse first before putting it into drive. And turn your steering. You're saving one function over here with your right hand and one maneuver right here with your left hand. Uh-huh. Isn't that neat? No, it's not fucking neat. It's inherently selfish and you're wasting my time. I'm behind you. What if I got to shit or piss? What's your problem, Jack? This isn't your house. The only time it's acceptable is when you back into your driveway. Back into your driveway. You know why? You pay taxes on that property. I just can't stand these little things. God, I hate them. I'm sure people are annoyed with me all the time. I'm sure many of you watching me right now are annoyed with the crap that I'm saying. I don't care. You probably back your truck into public parking spaces and waste everyone's time behind you because of what? Do you like the Corvette or the Dodge Viper or the Aston Martin does, and just park way the fuck away from the damn parking lot if you want to park weird because you're protecting your sensibility, the fact that you have a preference as to how to leave or come or go, or if you're afraid of scratches on your car. Yeah, go do that shit elsewhere, okay? Not where the flow of people are constantly trying to get shit done. Because people, believe it or not, are busy, and we're all trying to get shit done. Okay, it's not my job to wait on you because you're so friggin' particular about how you park at H-E-B to go buy, what is it? Mini Magnum condoms, right? It's got the Magnum name, not the size. What are you doing, jackass? Just park. What are you saving yourself? Oh, isn't that neat? I can just hop in my car and put it in drive and go. No, it's not fucking neat. It's stupid. You're losing the time now just to save it later. It doesn't make any sense. And in the process, you're holding people up. Well, if that's the case, couldn't I be holding people up when I back out? No, not if you're paying attention, jackass. You can see the flow of traffic. Can you not? Okay, someone might be nice enough to let you go the same way they would if you were backed in. People are stupid. I hate people. People are the most annoying. They can't reason. Anyways, I did have a lot of unsubscribers. And the reason that is because my YTPC channel as a whole has been very, very widely unreceived and unaccepted. Because you're a bunch of asshats. I'm just kidding. You're not a bunch of... The guys who didn't subscribe are a bunch of asshats. Y'all are awesome. 90% of my subscribers come from one viral video that I had. And they're all Christians. I'm a Christian. But, you know, they subscribe to that. And then all of a sudden I pop up and there I am doing what I'm doing now. And I'm like, asshat. Unsubscribe. Which is fine. I don't, you know, that's fine. You know, I'm not even saying that that it's a good thing or it's not a bad thing to cuss. Okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's a vibration coming from your mouth. And if those vibrations exhibit, you know, a certain meaning that's offensive to you, you have the right to leave. But to me, when you're cursing someone, it's you're wishing them ill or you're talking bad about them on a personal level or their family. But to say, this shit tastes great, to me, it's a synonym for exaggerating the experience. I don't understand how that offends people. That's not Christian. I just think it's a little too by the book. It's so black and white. It's not a lot of thought that goes into that. It doesn't make any sense. There's definitely a place to say it and a place not to say it. For instance, if you were to invite me over for Thanksgiving dinner, I probably would never say, hey, this shit tastes great. Why? Because I have common sense. That would be highly offensive at someone's Thanksgiving table. But on YouTube, you know, smoking my pipe, going through Starbucks, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you think it's a big deal, you know, unsubscribe. I don't understand people and their reasoning and their rational logic and their bullshit. Hate that shit. Giving me change on top of my dollar bills. So hot. 95 degrees. And we're just getting started, baby. Well, I didn't lose power. I mean, we've had power surges and flickers, but I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, like 900 of my 1,000 subscribers are from one video. And it has nothing to do with YTPC, so... My channel's done horrible. Horrible. But I expected. A lot of people who do one type of thing on YouTube, they only want it to be that one type of thing. So there's a lot of people that would see me doing like music or cooking or something else, just my little dumb rants. Unsubscribe. I like Boswell's best. It's smooth, it's sweet, it has a lovely room note. Last I smoked this at work. Smoked it at lunch, and I smoked a bowl in my car, and then I went inside Starbucks to use the restroom or something. When I came back, I was like, oh God, it smells so good. It's got a really nice room note. I like it. And I have to say, I just don't think it's special. I think it's good. I just don't think it's special. Like Countryside, Boswell's Countryside, or Boswell's Northwoods. But in saying that, I don't think the Blackjack I gave high reviews to the other day is special either. But I liked it. But again, I haven't had a lot of early blends. This video is too long. Anyways, I give an approved rating on this. You all do well. Be well. Do well. Take care. Thank you for coming by. Forgive my language. I don't care. Here's my thing. I understand why people don't like cursing, but if I have to muzzle myself to protect your sensibilities, I don't really want you on my channel, because there are going to be times that I cuss a little. So it's better for you to go now than it is, and I don't mean that in a bad way. There's people I highly respect that are subscribed to my channel, but I have to be me, and I don't want to overdo it. But there's times I'm cantankerous, and I have a lot of fun acting like a jackwagon, and I cuss a little bit, and I just think you should know that about me. Subject to change, you know. I mean, I may have a vision, or get struck by lightning, or God comes to me in my dream tonight and he's like, you need to stop, and I'll change my mind. I'll start backpedaling. That's okay. I'm not saying it's an indefinite thing that I'm always going to do. I'm just saying from time to time I cuss a little bit, and if it offends you, you know, you should bounce. You should bounce. There's people, like I said, there's people I highly respect in here that I wouldn't want to leave. And I'm not going to name any names. People that other people would be careful around just because of the positions they held and what they do. And they haven't had a problem with it. You know, I've never felt any kind of shade or judgment or snobbiness coming from them. And those would be the first people you would think would be snobs about it. And they're not. So I just think a lot of it comes down to perspective. It's weird to feel like that's the deal breaker in my mind. It's weird to lose a subscriber over bad taste. You know, for me, I just think it's kind of weird. But you know, it's again, it's all perspective. There's a line in the sand for me, and I'm not going to cross it. I don't like entertaining vulgarity. I don't like entertaining evil. I don't like entertaining toxic, rotten, gore crap just for the sake of it being theatrical. I have boundaries with that. And sometimes I think people just assume if you're willing to cuss, you're willing to do all kinds of stuff, and they don't want to stick around to find out. And I understand that. It's the crazy world we live in. This is an extremely long video. You all have a great, great week. I've had an amazing weekend. This burn's very cool. It's very smooth, easy on the retro hail. Has a sweetness to it. And, yeah. Bye.